Joining us is former U.S. Special Envoy to Iran, Brian Hook. Welcome, Mr. Hook. Do we know what's in the agreement with Iran? And tell us about the verification process, because I'm always wary of any deal with Iran.
Trey, you're right to be wary. We should always be wary. This is truly trust but verify territory. It seems like, you played that clip that the president was talking earlier about a memorandum of understanding that would just get the strait opened. And if they're able to get the strait opened, that would then be a bridge to immediate talks on Iran's nuclear program, its ballistic missiles, its proxies. But for now, we don't have an MOU signed. We don't have an agreement. And I think that President Trump is right to insist on an agreement, an interim agreement, that would not only open the Strait of Hormuz, but if recent reporting is accurate, he would also insist that the highly enriched uranium is removed out of the country as part of this interim agreement. And that would be a terrific accomplishment.
All right, Mr. Hook, the regime recently said Israel may not exist in 15 years. I suspect they still sell Death to America T-shirts in Tehran. How can we ever work with or trust or cut a deal with this current regime? I mean, I know about MOUs and I know about agreements, but look, no one in the world knows more about Iran than you do. If they're untrustworthy, what's the use in cutting a deal if they're not going to abide by it?
Well, that sort of depends on what segment we're talking about. We can certainly verify if Iran has opened the Strait of Hormuz. We can verify whether Iran has shipped out highly enriched uranium to a third country, and we can verify whether Iran has stopped enrichment. And the president, those are the three things that he's talked about in terms of his reasons for this conflict. And all of those things are verifiable. So I wouldn't take Iran's word for the paper that it's printed on, nor should our negotiators. But you can have performance-based milestones where if Iran does something, there is then some sort of deliverable after it's proven and durable and lasting. So if the president can negotiate something around the highly enriched uranium, getting the strait open, and then closing a path for Iran getting a nuclear weapon, these would all be things that we could verify.
All right, Brian, you've had some really high-level jobs within government. You're also an academic. If I were to confer upon you a prosecutor's degree and said, would you prosecute the case for why the U.S. got involved and what the net result has been for the American people? If I said, look, you're addressing the entire jury, make the case for why we got involved and what success looks like.
We have seen Iran completely destabilize the Middle East through everything that they're doing, and they have created this economic shockwave globally by blackmail, by closing the Strait of Hormuz, by attacking 12 countries, by chanting death to Israel, death to America. Ballistic missiles, thousands of ballistic missiles. This regime has killed over 1,000 Americans. Imagine this same country with a nuclear weapon. And that is what President Trump has said is an intolerable risk. If this is how Iran behaves without a nuclear weapon, it would be catastrophic for this apocalyptic terrorist regime to acquire one. And that is ultimately what this conflict is about.
Yeah, Brian, I mean, the world already has North Korea, which is an unpredictable regime with nuclear capacity. I don't think we can stand yet another. Brian Hook, thank you for all of your service to our country, and thank you for joining us on a Sunday night.
Thanks, Trey. Great to be with you.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.